Juxta, the beautiful ones, and like I tweeted, like I said, they reminded me a lot of the Killers, and like kind of very kind of Brandon Flowers as kind of vocals, but it was really cool. But they still had that kind of creepy and kind of haunting kind of feel to it, with almost old school. Doing some of the soloing, like it was like an old school like pedal or amp, because I mean that kind of reminded me of like the early 70s, late 60s sort of thing. But it was still a cool sound, and just like it was kind of tripped out. I just really enjoyed that tune.
Yeah, it's really cool, and they do just loads of really interesting stuff. I mean, that one's really it's kind of almost it's got like a little bit of electronic in it, but it's got a little bit of kind of almost, I don't know, there's something, I like the repetitiveness of that backing vocal, and there's kind of a little bit of soul in there. And you know, if you see a couple of videos online, this guy just like jumps around all over the place and goes nuts, which I love. You know, I like jumping off of stages and stuff. And he's just like that. So yeah, it's proper cool, and their album is going to be absolutely blinding. There's an album teaser, I think, on SoundCloud where you get a few seconds of each song.
Nice.
I'll put a link up to it in a little while. It's well worth checking out. It's brilliant.
Brian?
I thought it was really cool too. Actually, it reminded me of kind of the straightforwardness and structure of almost like a song like that Gorillaz would have.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I absolutely fell in love with was that they kind of embodied the sound. One of my favorite bands is She Wants Revenge. And I thought that they totally had such a great bass sound that reminded me of that. And the vocals, I loved, because they were kind of sat in the background and they were distorted. But I really love when bands do that. I don't know what it is about that, but it seems like it almost focuses more on the music and makes that second-handed, but it also still makes the song really special too. So I really liked all those aspects of it. I thought it was really cool, and if that's just a teaser, then the album is definitely going to be one that you have to pick up.
Yeah, for sure. I'm waiting to hear that one. So next one we're going to get to here, just before I get this one going, is when I first heard the song, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. And we've heard a few songs by this band before, but this is kind of what started it all for them. And I had never heard anything like it. And it would just, one of those ones, like, I would do the same for you, but it made my jaw drop. I was like, I've never heard anything like this. This is like badass as hell. And I hope they continue on. And just a little side note here, the very beginning of the song, Dave, the singer, does a little bit of a growl. And was queuing it up and transferring it over, I had one of my dogs next to me, and she heard that, and she started barking a little bit. I was like, it's just a song, and there's nobody there. Oh, it's the song. Like, chill out. So this band is called Grasscutter, and they're one of my favorites, and I'm very good friends with Dave and Tom, two of the main members. But this is what started it all for them. This one's called Angel's Truth. Dig this, Grasscutter.
Everything you say, 'cause you will not know where you are from day to day. And hey, remember everything you say, 'cause your trail of words leads you on your way. And lies behind crying eyes never help a lost soul to rise. And dreams wanna sleep in the skies, the glory never dies. What you do is right. Become a bird without the gift of flight. Believe with the gift of X-ray sight. Or become that shadow that roams the night. 'Cause life
Grass Cutter with Angel's Truth, and like I said off air, and the first time I heard the song, my jaw just dropped because I hadn't heard anything like this. And they've since given us a lot of good tunes over the past couple of years, and been very good at the show. Especially their singer Dave has joined me in NMS numerous times, and we had one time we had the whole band on doing NMS with us when they just finished a gig, so it was a lot of fun. But these guys are good just because like it's different, and that was just they just kind of sat down, had a couple of drinks, and they just started recording, and away they went, and this is what came out of it. So that's essentially how Grass Cutter started. But it's just crazy, amazing stuff, and I love it. I know I'm partial to them, but man, I can't tell you how much they give out musically, and just you want to hear more.
That's such an amazing way to start a band. Every band should start like that. You should just go out, have a few drinks, and hit record on something. That's the way everyone should do it. I absolutely love Grass Cutter. I was introduced to Grass Cutter through listening to this show over the last a few years now, I think. And the first time I heard them, I thought they were brilliant. I heard one of your interviews with Dave. I thought, these guys are brilliant. I think he co-hosted the show. It's just, they seem like really solid blokes. Chatted to him, a bit online and stuff as well, and he seems really cool. Really, really good tunes. It's very unusual for me as a guitarist to say this, but that song for me is all about the bass line. That's just such a brilliant bass line.
Oh,
It's really
absolutely! You know, it gives it such like a full body sound, right? And it's one of those ones you can actually hum while you're in the car instead of humming the guitar line. Then you're humming the bass line, like doon 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 doon, like right. So I know exactly what you mean, Brian.
Exactly, it's proper cool.
Yeah, I thought I can agree with you, Mike. I think that song has just such an awesome bass line, and it floats so well with just the toms and how they're played. It's a total jam song. And even though I think there's a lot of structure to it, I could see how you almost, because the song flows so well, if I was actually in that band playing that song, I think it would probably rival And I Got a DeVita and last like 20 minutes, because it's just such a cool song, and the tremolo, like distorted guitar, just sounds fantastic, and I absolutely love that sound. Whenever I've even been guilty of playing something very similar, and every time I come across, something that sounds like that when I'm playing, I have to keep it on for at least a couple minutes and jam with it, because it's just such a great sound. So yeah, I love that all around, and it was definitely a good jam tune. And I've heard these guys a couple of times on this show, and absolutely, I can agree with you guys. They are absolutely fantastic.
They really are a lot of fun. Like I said, I had them on for NMS one time when it was all three of them, and Forgotten Beat myself, because when the Bones and Bean Banter Hour was going, we had them on that show as well. That's how we debuted Angel's Truth. But yeah, they're a good bunch of guys and a lot of fun. So next up, this band, they haven't put anything out new in a while, but as far as I know, they are working on something right now. And the band's called Puppet Rebellion, and just a quick background on them. When they first started, their original singer, Simon, after the first EP, they did so much work, and all of a sudden he just kind of stood up and walked out. No real explanation, but he did. But then we replaced him, and they still have the same full sound and still sound really good. And they managed to carry on with a different vocalist. But it was a bit of a weird situation. I'm not sure all the details, and probably will never know. But that's a quick little background on them, because I interviewed Simon, and then I interviewed them when Simon left and had the new singer on and the guitarist. So it was fun, but it was like a little weird, like. So here we go with Puppet Rebellion, and the song's called Test Pilot. Dig this.